What's up, family? So I wasn't ready to record. I don't know, my phone like does some little thing where it just senses movement and starts to record. So we're just gonna start, all right? I gotta remember to get the book for this deck. Oh, wait a minute. I need some more options of tarot in this bag. I think I may have another tarot deck in here. What is this? Oh, a couple bags that I didn't know I had. Okay, this is cute. We got the I think Angel Answers deck here. That may come in handy. Let's see what this is. I'm sure this is a tarot deck. It's just a small one. It is, and I think I want to use this one. I hadn't used this in a while. So, all right. I need to get the book for that too. So we have this amethyst card that I just was randomly just in my little container here. So that may provide some good energy. You may want to get your amethyst stone. I actually heard another reader speak on amethyst and messages that she was getting from her channeling about the power of an amethyst at this time, considering the energies and everything. Okay. All right, so let's just see what messages come up, what messages come out. What do we need to know for our highest good spirit? Please bring clear and accurate messages. Shay. I feel like something's biting me. All right. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Knight of Wands, which all, go together. It's a great, a perfect message here. At the end of the day, the Eight of Pentacles represents, like, let's get clarity for these cards. The Eight of Pentacles is you being tenacious, showing tenacity in the work, in your work, in your artistry, in the things that bring you, joy, that feeds your passion. To clarify that, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like Spirit is saying that your work will get you the recognition that you want. You will be able to provide a living for yourself from the work that you do, from the things that bring you love and joy. We have the Magician card next. The work that you do is magical, and it's spiritual with the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands represents, like, for me as a reader, the Knight of Wands represents you taking that action towards your passion. And the Wands, generally represents inspiration, burst of energy, spirituality. So let's get clarifier for the Magician card. Exactly. The Magician card also represents manifestation. Like the work that you're doing, again, with the Nine of Pentacles clarifying, it's like the work that you're doing, you're going to be able to, again, create a living from the work that you do. And we have the Magician here. Again, you're manifesting that balance in your life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like Six of Pentacles for me. The Six of Pentacles can represent unrequited love, right? You going out and giving so much of yourself and not receiving that same energy back. It's you not receiving that reciprocity. But with the magician card, it's like you're manifesting your own joy. You're manifesting your own, happiness. You're not waiting for someone to come along and validate you. You're not waiting. Put this on top of that. You're not waiting on someone to tell you that you're beautiful or that you're worthy. You have tapped into your own well, never-ending well of love. Again, you've connected to source. I think I mentioned this in another reading. You've connected to source. So that cup is overflowing, even if some wastes out, it's constantly replenishing itself, so again, you're connected to source. The opinions of other people no longer affects you the way that it once did. It just doesn't, because you've done the work spiritually here with the Knight of Wands. Let's get a clarifier for the Knight of Wands. The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles represent, being left out in the cold, being abandoned. It can represent financial hardship, just a change in your finances, whether for good or for bad. It's totally up to you and the energy and the intentions and how your mentality, your perceptions. It just depends on what perceptions you put into your life at this time. How do you see it? Are you looking at it from half empty, or the glass half empty, or the glass half full? Right? But with all of the previous energies, because it's a lot of Pentacles energy here. Out of 6 cards, 4 of them are Pentacles. I feel like the money is changing for you for the better. So I want to get more clarification on this Knight of Wands, 5 of Pentacles energy. I don't know, it's just a beautiful feeling. It's a joyful, a beautiful new reality. Just seems as though that it's right at the seams that you are going to have that breakthrough. So the Knight of Wands, the work that you're doing is helping you to overcome feeling left out in the cold. Exactly. It's helping you to overcome that mental conflict, because we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords represents mental conflict. Five of Swords could, represent, you seeing people succeeding in life, and you've been putting in all this work and not seeing any reward, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? But you have the World card. You are being initiated. You are being elevated. You are going to the next level. You are leveling the fuck up, okay? From the work that you've been doing and staying steadfast with. You're leveling up because, again, you found that 6 of Pentacles over the Magician. You tapped into your alchemist energy. Alchemist, all alchemy is, transmuting dark into light. You've mastered, how to perceive things for your highest good and for the highest good of all. So that's why you're overcoming. That's why you're leveling up. Okay? So, no more playing the victim. We're setting up healthy boundaries. Like I said, we've been wounded. We're, things may not have been turning out the way that we wanted them to. But all of that is coming to an end. Just keep trusting and keep having faith. Alright, so it says, ask help from others. So you may have some soul family coming in. And then we also have within the next few months. So You know, this abundance that's coming in may be coming in within the next few months. Okay. So in the bottom of the deck, we have know and let go. And then we have, of course, bottom of the deck on this pile here is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is, again, playing victim. So I feel like Spirit is saying, no, it's time for you to stop playing victim. You know, it's time to let down those boundaries a little bit. Like, you've done the work that you needed to do to become grounded within yourself. You've tapped into that never-ending source of love and energy coming through. So the walls that you built up previously to protect yourself, you don't need them anymore. You don't need them as much as you did in the past, because you found that, again, you've tapped into the source. You know, you've tapped into your power. So you don't need that energy anymore, because that, you know, kept you, again, blocked off, not trusting people. But remember, these cards here said, ask for help from others. You know, so it may be time for you to start opening yourself up to people, you know. And then we have, if you believe. Look at that. If you believe and trust, right? So if you believe you can trust these people, you know, and it's not about trusting them, it's about trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting your discernment, you know. All right, so this is a couple decks that I've mixed together. They are like not all facing the right direction, I don't think, at all. I don't know what. I like my joints facing the same direction. I like my joints upright. I may not have them all upright, but that's good enough for now. So let's shuffle up and see what comes up. I'm gonna do one more. So first off, we're gonna get a couple of these cards to clarify the Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. The work that you're doing that is bringing in, you know, independence. Oh, I like that. I never really used the word independence with the Nine of Pentacles, but it's a perfect word to use for that, you know. It's like a different level of independence. You know, you may already are able to support yourself financially, but this is like taking it to the next level. The Nine of Pentacles is like luxurious living, you know. That's her, you know, from, you know, the please, the seeds that she planted, you see they're harvesting, so she can pick from those seeds that she planted and sell them at the market type thing. Again, look at it, Eight of Pentacles and then the Nine. Those seeds that you planted are manifesting. They are manifesting, because what the Magician card was next. Six of Pentacles, you about to be creating your own happiness, your own joy, your own justice in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking for, waiting on Prince Charming to come and validate you or to save you. Like, no, you tapped into your own power. So the cards just kind of slipped out my hand, and we have help from above with the Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. And then I just saw cycles and retreat. Okay. So you're receiving help from above to help end that cycle of you putting in their work and not really seeing their harvest. You know, now is the time. Now is the time for all of this to manifest. You know? So you can come out of that retreat energy. Again, you no longer need to be afraid of your gifts, or from, you know, from opening up to people more. So Magician and Six of Pentacles. I'm gonna shuffle again. Six of Pentacles, Magician. I just love that energy, that Six of Pentacles, Magician energy, honey. Ain't nobody manipulating you, because you're grounded, fully grounded in who you are, what your talents are, and how your talents is beneficial to humanity. Like, you know what the fuck it is, you know? Look at that beauty. You know the beauty of your gifts and the beauty that you offer. You're fully aware. And then we have surrender. So surrender to your beauty. Like, if before you know, maybe had up walls, set up, you know, so much that you trapped yourself in. Look at that. We have home. Surrender home. Surrender to yourself and to the beauty of who you are. That is what, you know, allowed you and you know, encourage this Magician, Six of Pentacles energy of being able to manifest what it is that you want, because you come home to yourself. You're really in tune with what it is that you want and the beauty in life. And you had to, the only way that you were able to come to this clarity is because all of the abandonment you went through in the past, because of all of the mental conflict that you had to go through in the past from people not treating you how you treated them, and not, you know, bringing you that reciprocal energy that you put out. The reason why the Nine of Wands is the bottom of the deck card here. The Nine of Wands represents that wounded warrior energy. Come on. And underneath this Nine of Wands is the King of Pentacles, okay? Fully grounded, master of self, master of this physical realm, completely grounded, entrepreneur, has the Midas touch. Come on, period. You had to go through this. Again, the Nine of Wands represents the wounded warrior. It's like, yeah, I'm wounded, but I got fight left in me. You know what I'm saying? I got fight left in me. But and it's, you know, could be this defense mechanism, being in survival mode. You know, you had to go through that time in life so that you can, again, get clear on what's important, which is how you feel about yourself, which is surrendering to spirit, surrendering to the beauty of life in the world, and just recognizing via meditation or whatever spiritual tools you have, just realizing and really tuning in to the beauty that is surrendering. The beauty that is letting go. You see, we have to let go. Have, if you believe and trust, the beauty of, that's what surrendering is about. You know? Believing and trusting in spirit. It's so freeing to surrender. It's so freeing. I'm curious as to what this no is about. So let's see if I like seeing that King of Pentacles with that Nine of Wands. What is the no about? Spirit, can we get clarity on this no? What is... Maybe it's telling you to let go of the no. Because remember, the cards that we pulled was ask help from others and within the next few months. And maybe you're stubborn from about asking help from others. Stubborn about, allowing people in. And keeping to yourself 4 pentacles. It's time for you to transform that energy. No. Let go. If you believe. Spirit is just saying, again, to surrender. Spirit said, no, stop trying to force it. Okay, give me more on the no. And I think that no is protecting your peace as well. Because we have the 9 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. And the bottom of the deck is the Hanged. Just the overall energy for this no. So Spirit is saying, no more being hung up. And the Hangman is about, seeing things from a different perspective. It's about surrendering as well. Look, it's about surrendering as well. And being Spirit forcing you to see things from a different perspective, and you got to stay there until you reach enlightenment. So Spirit is saying, no more. We're going to hold you upside down. We're going to hold you like this until you realize who the fuck you are. And to start trusting and believing in yourself. Because you have what it takes to reach wish fulfillment. To protect yourself and to walk in victory and in truth. With the Ace of Swords here. Alright, so let's get back to these cards that out here. All of that shuffling I did in the Hangman is still on the bottom. So let's be getting some more of these cards for this last row of cards, which was the Knight of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. So as I'm shuffling, I see say what you mean. So even if it's a no, you might not be used to telling people no. You may feel bad, with telling people no. If that's what you feel, say what you mean. So we have integrity, exactly, which is the perfect card to come out clarifying this Knight of Wands. Again, for me, that Knight of Wands represents you doing the spiritual work, and you always want to walk in integrity. Clarifying this Knight of Wands, remember we had the 5 of Pentacles. Being left out in the cold, that mental conflict. And you may have been, left out in the cold by a soulmate. Maintained your integrity through it all. Remember, we had that unrequited love. Perhaps a soulmate brought you that unrequited love. And now, as you have been focusing on your work, perfecting your craft, again, I feel like it's making a way for you to be able to truly be independent, to finally be able to get over this soulmate that maybe have held you captive, held your heart captive, held your mind captive in some way because of the abandonment. Like, well, why did this person just leave me? What did I do? You know, when I tried my best to do everything right and to walk in integrity, why did this happen? But again, the spiritual work that you've been doing, Knight of Wands, has prepared you for this initiation, this leveling up with the World card. Ending of old cycles, and we did have that here, ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new beautiful reality. And then we have whole in the soul. You know, that person may have left you or abandoned you because they had a hole in their soul. You know, they saw who you were and they knew that they didn't have what it takes. The bottom of the deck, inner child. They still had some inner child work that they needed to do. And possibly you too. You know, both of you may have had holes in your soul. And there was just work that you both just needed to do. And so it was divinely orchestrated that you both went through this situation. Remember, we had the hangman on the bottom of the deck. And again, that's seeing things from a different perspective. You guys both needed this time to do the spiritual work, to work on yourself, to see things from a different perspective, to be able to tap into that source, you know, to that source energy where you're not dependent upon anyone to bring you your joy, your validation, or your happiness, you know, to be able to help heal that inner child. So we have, I see ships here, so your ships are coming in. So we have transportation. You guys may be going on a cruise or something. It's funny, I seen just in passing something about a cruise on a video I was watching, and a tarot video, and one of the comments said they better ask me about the cruise before, you know, they book it, because I'm definitely not going on one. You know, I guess someone was going to surprise them with a cruise or something. And there was, maybe she mentioned that about you know, a surprise cruise in the reading, and comment was like, I ain't getting on no cruise. Somebody come in and was like, I ain't getting on no cruise ship. But this is feeling like, you know, some cruise energy. Maybe this is just travel. Maybe you will be traveling. Only way, you know, people travel in ships, you know, it's cruises. I can't see any other reason for that. Look at that. And we have forgiveness. So this could simply just mean that, you know, transportation. Forgiveness is traveling to you. You know, this elevation with the World card, doing the work to overcome this abandonment and mental conflict, is bringing in forgiveness, allowing you to forgive yourself for allowing people to hurt you, forgive that person for hurting you, because you see things from a different perspective. You see that it was their inner child that was crying out. It was your inner child that was crying out, exactly, because look at that, empathy. Then we have underneath that, inspiration. You know, you understand now from a deeper perspective, from a more spiritual perspective of what the situation was and why it had to happen. So baby, that could be that inner child. Or hell, this person probably had a baby on you. You know, you may need to forgive them for that. Doesn't mean go back to them. But yeah, they may have had a baby on you. And again, that could represent, you know, some inner child energy as well. We have finances. What else I see in help here? At the end of the day, this could be energy that your soulmate may be dealing with. Could be. and perhaps them, being working with you or seeing your growth is going to help them to grow as well. Again, just because things didn't work out don't mean you don't still love that person. And you are an empath, and empaths feel other people's energy, you know? And that's why it's so important that you learn how to be at home with yourself, that you learn how to surrender to the magic and the beauty that is you, to surrender to spirit, to just, believe, set intentions and believe, and to trust, and to be able to manifest magician card, the balance in your life, because you're such an empath. And again, this somebody you may know may be going through this situation, wanting forgiveness for having a baby on you. Finances may not be the best. The financial health may not be the best, but you got to understand that that's not your energy. And hell, there may be just, maybe an end coming to it for that person, but definitely for you is for you. Maybe that's what has been kind of blocking your money from coming in as well, because you've been distracted by other people's energy. As an empath, you've been taking on their energy, and it has been blocking your manifestations. And you have wars and battles, and this could be happening in the spirit realm, spiritually. Maybe some spiritual attack from the dark attachments of abandonment, dark attachment of mental conflict that may be attached to this person. But again, these cards are coming out clarifying the Knight of Wands, which is doing the spiritual work. And you're doing the spiritual work to overcome that. Like, you've tapped into the source, so you know what to do to combat this energy. So we have wars and battles, love life. Persecution and inquisition, and then trust and faith. So again, like I said, this could be a soulmate. There may have been wars and battles between two within your love life, some persecution. But again, walk in integrity, see things from a different perspective, forgive this person, forgive yourself for allowing them to hurt you, and know that you have the power. This person can't hurt you the way they hurt you. It's unlikely that they'll be able to hurt you the way they hurt you in the past, because you have grown and matured so much. And you have help from above to help end these cycles, end the toxic cycles. And maybe that's what the no was to as well. Maybe you need to say no to this person, no to trying to restore the relationship to where it was in the past. Because there's just a lot of more things that needs to be worked on, like finances and health, financial health. Like, all of those need to be in place and at a good place if you plan on having a baby, because we have baby here. We have baby here. So, let's see, medicine woman, medicine man. So, I don't know, maybe this person is healing that hole in their heart. That's the cycle that is ending. They're doing the work that they need to get their finances and their health back on track. Look at that, Wheel of Fortune, destiny. And I'm seeing the Judgment card and the Chariot, just as I'm trying to put the cards down, and then of course a few cards just spill out. Like I said, maybe you've did the work that you needed to do, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and so you're thriving. And so you just kind of in your own energy, masking and surrendering to the beauty that you found within being yourself, and being that medicine woman, medicine man that are deep within, and this person is like, seeing that, and you are motivating them to do what they need to do. Queen of Pentacles, they see that nurturing, loving person that you are, that you have always been, and they're like, they really see you for who you are, and they're feeling kind of bad for not offering you that cup that you deserve. They saw that you've done the work to overcome the depression. You've done the work to grow deeper in your spiritual journey. That you had the courage to go into the darkness with the High Priestess and Hermit card, to heal with the Star card, and to get the clarity that you need, King of Pentacles. And that's why you have opened up the channel for Spirit to communicate with you, Eight of Wands. And that communication is bringing victory. And giving you the words to say with authority. You're taking control with authority by speaking what it is that you want, speaking things into existence with the Emperor card here. Oh, that's some beautiful little cards here. And this, like I said, with the Destiny card, Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. Oh my, your destiny, baby. And the Queen of Pentacles in my eyes is just the Empress. Empress in regular clothes. And the Empress card is just the Empress, in her whole vibe, in her whole energy. So it's like you're overcoming this depression because you've tapped into your intuition. You've tapped into that balance. You found that balance in the physical and the spiritual realm because of the courage that you embarked on in stepping into the unknown and surrendering and trusting Spirit in the unknown, and that's why you've been guided with the Star card. The Star card is wish upon a star, and it's your dreams and the wish coming true. Your wishes are coming true. You're receiving that guidance as well. The Star card can represent guidance. And maybe your wish was for you to get closer to your spirit guides, to get closer to yourself, and to really be able to develop your psychic powers and things. Maybe that was, one of your wishes upon the star. But you definitely have the wisdom and the experience and the clarity here with the King of Swords. You've mastered that mental plane. The Kings represents mastery of that suit. Emperor is mastery of all suits. And it ended with the Emperor here, so come on. But you've mastered that mental plane. Very wise, patient, mind over heart, a way of thinking. And again, that helped you to cut out the distractions, which is why we have the Eight of Wands here, which is downloads from Spirit. You're able to get those downloads. And with you tapping into your High Priestess and being in that Hermit energy, you're able to really feel, or you're going to be able to really get those messages and interpret them in the way they need to be, so that you can have victory, so that you can say the right things that you need to say at the right time, to be able to manifest and to make those executive decisions. It's like you got the guidance here. You got the guidance, you got the strength, you have the leadership capabilities and abilities. Like, this is just, some really great energy. So again, you're the Emperor. So don't be afraid of, of asking people for help. Don't be afraid of allowing or, dealing with certain people. Because just like, people will say about Jesus, he didn't hang out with everybody that had it all together. He was so elevated to the point where he could hang out with anybody. He went where he was, his work and his mentality, his energy was needed. And maybe it's time for you to go into the trenches. And the trenches could be back to an old, not being in a relationship with this person, but dealing with the person that truly hurt hurt you at one point. You know, as long as they're respectful, you know, and recognize some kind of error in their ways. Because you have some people that you know that are still silly, you know, and ain't nobody got time to be dealing with that. Now, if you see that they're, you know, like with the ships and the transportation, that they're trying to make movement towards, you know, better, try to make movements towards forgiveness, you know, for towards healing that inner child, towards healing their finances and their financial health, or their health, taking the steps that they need to you know, to live better, to live a more healthy life. Then you know that they're whatever you give them, it's gonna be it's gonna be planted in fertile ground. As before, you know, it possibly would have went through one ear and out the other. You know, but you got to go into the trenches to see, you know, if you can find that person. Because in other spaces, you know, those people may feel like, oh, well, I know everything, you can't tell me anything. Or they won't be open to receive. Alright, y'all. Well, that's what I have. I hope they helped in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Hope it made sense. I do feel like it was kind of all over the place, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright, you guys, I love you all, and until next time.